An entrepreneur wants to be part of a dynamic community. An entrepreneur wants to be around people who are open to new ideas, who are open to new innovations, who are open to experiment.
What Miami's never had until Wynwood really is a place where the young startup guy or gal can, put a flag in the ground and have a presence. I think this neighborhood was sort of typical for any industrial neighborhood, especially down in South Florida. Lots of one-story buildings, nothing really exciting about architecture.
It wasn't a cultural destination until some artists really started painting on the walls.
So about 10 years ago, you saw some galleries come in here as pioneers.
Well, I had a little bit of a following, and when I did the very first show, we had an enormous crowd. It was still pretty tough to come here because the gallery at that time did not have any air conditioning. It was a hot warehouse in the summer, so you came in here and you were expected to sweat.
Beyond the actual buildings themselves, this has been a little hub for street art. It was a vision of a couple individuals, a couple families that moved here, one family being the Goldman family.
Tony Goldman was a pioneer. Tony Goldman was a visionary. Tony really believed that the expression of street art and graffiti, if it could be delivered in a more of a museum-like format, would really draw more appropriate appreciation and excitement about the art form, because most people just sort of looked at it as something that maybe passed by when they were in a bad neighborhood where they weren't willing to get out of the car and actually admire it and enjoy it.
All of it is quite a bit different in the neighborhood than what it used to be.
I think we're part of a generation that we can work anywhere. We want to find a place where we can identify culturally, where we can explore our interests, where we can find like-minded people, where we can find our tribe.
We've been trying to attract talent now, and we've had some successes and some struggles. Obviously, the quality of life is great. Clear blue skies, great weather, but the quality of pay has been a little bit low. So working in Wynwood actually gives us an advantage, because I said, hey, look, if you're gonna come to Miami, we're working in one of the hippest, up-and-coming areas of all of Miami.
I think that we would call it the creative culture, following around galleries, following around architecture, following around dance, music, all of that. There's always these circles in every city.
Arts and culture are always a great fuel for creative space, and this is an example of that, just at sort of a neighborhood macro level.
And that's why entrepreneurs enjoy being here, because they're inspired by the people, but also inspired by the creativity and energy around them.